What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Here are two customs I bet you didn't anticipate seeing on your feed today, but let's go ahead and get into another episode of Custom Showcase. Alright, so as you see, you have Colten and Austin Gunn, the Gunn Club from AEW, or there's other names for them, expletive boys or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, they are kind of a fan favorite, and ever since joining Bullet Club Gold, they've been getting even more fans. Like, the guys are sleeper people in the tag division, and the more fans they get, the more excited I get, because I met them at a convention one time and they were walking around just like they were average people. They weren't trying to big time anybody, nothing like that. And I've been to a lot of conventions and I see a lot of people big timing others. But on top of them being very talented and likable guys, they have quite the ring presence. You either love them or you hate them, which I guess you could say about a lot of people in wrestling. But they are phenomenal. And then when you know the fact that Colten didn't want to do this, he just did like a couple training sessions with AEW, and then he ended up loving it and got hooked, and now he's teaming with his brother and their dad's in the company and all that stuff. But that is enough about the Gunns. I'm sure you guys can tell that I do love them. So let's get into what makes these customs what they are. We're going to start off with Colten, and we'll get to Austin afterwards, because Austin's actually an Ultimate Edition. Colten is the greatest hits Shawn Michaels, if I remember correctly. I think so. Yeah. The greatest hits Shawn Michaels that just came out with, I can't remember who I used down here, but I did something to make it where he was a little taller than Austin, just like they are in real life. As you see, Austin is slightly shorter. But I did that. And then the decals are from Curb Stomp City Decals. Everybody knows that's the guy to go to for those. So you have the yellow and black, the Gunn Club logo on the boots there. Now okay, well, you can still kind of see there, and I'll tell you about the jacket in a second. Carries on to the back. These were black boots that had to be painted white, so you do see a little bit of that, but I'm not nitpicking that, and I don't think you should be either. You see the tattoo going in on the inside of Colten's ribs, I guess you want to say. I don't know what these are. I know that's the same symbol that his brother has at the top there. But I'm not going to take the jacket off because it is a pain. We'll talk about the jacket in a second. Let's get into the head sculpt. Now, I'm not 100% sold on the head sculpts. They are from a customizer that I no longer do business with. But, I mean, it is what it is. I had these painted by House 14. You guys know that I have him paint everything of mine because it's just, I mean, when you like dealing with somebody, you keep going to them. He painted the back there. Like, everything about it does look pretty good. The head's a little big for the body, but it is what it is. But ever since the Gunns came out to 50 Cent's song Mini Men, I think it was on Dynamite, maybe on Rampage, I was like, oh heck yeah. It could have been a star-making performance, but they never capitalized on it. I think they even lost the tag titles in that match, which is even more unfortunate. But I love their entrance attire, and Austin's isn't 100% accurate. It was kind of fantasy, and we'll get into that in a second, but I went to Hobby Lobby and found gems because I didn't have small little reflective pieces like this. Looked at the back of the gems, sanded down the front of the gems, and then glued them onto Matt Riddle's jacket that I had to cut. That's why it looks a little muddy here. I'm going to get a better made one, but this was just kind of a prototype. But as you can see, the light does... Where's my phone? I was going to use my flashlight. I don't have it, but you can see the light flashes off of it just like it would at the shows, because I mean that's really what you want. You want as like much accuracy as possible. And I gotta see if I can find some shooter hands in this skin tone, because I got a really good like reel or like YouTube short in mind, you just gotta stick with me here. But that is Colten. Now let's get into the man, Austin Gunn, which I didn't know at first, but Austin Gunn was on the All-In card like years ago. Well, obviously the original All-In. Now this figure here is made from the Fan Takeover Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels. You know, the one that everybody loves in the red and white gear. Do I have it right here? Yep, I do. I have it right here in the drawer. It was this right here. And as you see, this jacket or the vest is literally just the white parts painted yellow to match the attire. I'm going to try and get House 14 to work on a Juice Robinson custom for me, as well as a Jay White, because Bullet Club Gold for life, obviously. It's so much fun. But that's enough about that. Like I said, this is the HPK jacket. I don't like how these like connect right here, but that's just the way it is. And then you see the gun. Well, I didn't know that the heart was molded onto the crotch piece here for this custom. So that's why there's a little bit of issue there. But my buddy applied the decal as well as possible. Then you have the black and yellow going all the way around. No Gun Club logos on these boots. I'll probably get those added on there. He's got the chest hair going on. How about this head sculpt here? The head sculpt is pretty good. The only bad thing about it is that it does not, or the glasses don't come off and the mouth doesn't shut, but they spit during their entrance, which goes back to the really cool YouTube short that I have in mind. So just bear with me. Something cool is coming, I promise. Just stick around. But that is the Austin Gunn head sculpt. Of course, painted red to match. Now this is like me not telling my buddy House 14 what red exactly to match up. I just said just paint it red because it's going to match the figures that I'm using. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like it matches pretty freaking well. And then I'm going to try and take this jacket off. I haven't taken it off since I added it. These customs were in progress for, wait for it, over 6 months. That's how long it took these to get done. But there you see I love this torso. If you're going to use, like, I think this is just the most realistic torso choice for Ultimate Editions. But he has the tattoo where going down the arm with John Wayne, and then I don't know who that is, and I don't know what that is, but you have the tattoos on the inside of the arm as well. And then you have the Say When, and then the same logo as his brother. The only thing that's missing is the tattoo behind the ear, but as you can see, there is no space to put the tattoo behind the ear. But I do love this. I love that decal's peeling a little bit, but that's an easy fix. I do love, like, really, really well done customs, and I'm gonna pat myself and my friends on the back here because I think this is a really nice set of customs. And normally people do one-offs. You don't see people do as many tag teams as you would hope, but they look pretty sick when they're done. I know I've done a review of the Acclaimed on here, and I've done, I think that might be the only custom AEW tag team that I have done. The Acclaimed, and then now the Guns, once this eventually gets posted. If I can get, see, like, that's what I don't like about the rubber jackets. Like, I understand why you have to do it for some pieces, but then you have stuff like this, and it just makes it an absolute headache. Do I have like a pen I could stick in there? That's more so a Mattel issue though than the custom issue. There we go, it's on there. Let's go ahead and have him doing kind of the quasi you know what pose. And that is Austin and Colten Gunn. Now all I gotta do is add the tag titles on these guys, of course, but I want to show you guys what they look like compared to a couple of my Mattel fix-ups for Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. My bad, I mean Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. I think these look good. I think these look really good. I prefer these Mattel figures over the Jazzworth figures for the for FTR, but these are their original figures with Bobby Roode lower legs and then a boot swap and a knee pad swap, obviously, because Bobby Roode's not wearing a knee pad that says no flips, just fists, Dash and Dawson. But I'm very, very happy with this, and I think it's going to be a nice addition to my display. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.